Good afternoon to you. Or should I even just greet you? Happy New Year. Happy New Year to every one of you watching this broadcast tonight. And yeah, you can help me share the broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube, Maiyegun Diary, gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary, àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í kó níbẹ̀ o.
Happy New Year to you. Welcome to 2022. Hey, 2022. It seemed so far away in a while back. Well, we are actually now in that 2022, the year that Nigeria will unravel at a different level that you've never seen before. Be prepared. You can call it prophecy. You can call it a prediction. You are going to actually get glued to this.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary,
Thank you.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Thank you very much.
Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Thank you very much for joining me tonight. And just once again, if you are watching this is my first broadcast in the year 2022. And it is going to be our own prophecy for this year, not to elate you, not to scare you, but to get you prepared. At least when it happens, you are not going to be caught unaware. And I mean, they will happen, as I'm going to tell you. Today, there is no magic in it. This is a temple of truth where we connect the dots, we connect everything together to project what is so easy for my friends on Maiyegun's Diary Political to do these days. To say, Maiyegun, I get you. It's not really rocket science. You can tell where this is headed, but you need to bring it to life when you are talking to people who seem to have to be those who are going to get caught up in the old brouhaha. So thank you so much if you have your time to spend with me today, the first day of January 2022. Now, let's put it this way. Many Nigerian pastors and other people have been telling you the doom, the days, the storm, and blah blah blah, including those that will die and all that. I am not here for all of that. This is Maiyegun's Diary Political. You know why? Because we treat politics the way it should be treated, sincerely, truthfully, and openly. That's what we do here on Maiyegun's Diary Political. How would politics shape what is going to happen in 2022? And how does that concern you or affect you? You probably will find out in the course of this conversation as we proceed. You have where we ended it in 2020. It's all about insecurity, corruption, mismanagement, debt, which is borrow, and at the same time, ineffective, corrupt politicians in charge of your country, which has now affected virtually everything in that country. So last year you knew about, you understood the indebtedness of Nigeria, and you know what it's going to be in 2022. So to start with, don't let anybody deceive you, okay? Most of what you are going to witness in 2022, they are going to be purely political. And this is why you have to pay attention very well. Many of those your favorite people on social media, in fact, on social media, who have stood with you in the trenches for a while, they are going to unravel this year. So to you, my friends, who also have other people you probably listen to, I'm going to tell you or warn you beforehand, 2022 is the year that will unravel a lot, including the revolution that some people dread so much. We'll get to that part. Nigeria is bleeding. Nigeria is broke. Nigerian leaders, they have no current solution to stop the hemorrhaging, to stop the bleeding. Nigeria is bleeding economically, and that is man-made, not God. So no pastor will tell you prosperity is coming your way if he actually reads the charts of what Nigeria is bringing to the table in 2022. A reasonable man of God will tell you the truth, prepare you for it. In fact, get you ready enough that when this hits, you can have a means of saying, well, I heard about that from my pastor. He didn't just say we should pray. He said we should pray. And at the same time, we should know what we are praying against and what we're going to prepare for that. That is the job I'm about to do for you now. 2022 is going to be very warm, very hot. Let's use that word. Economically in Nigeria. And where you have this kind of economic agenda towards a country of 200 million people, who currently is the poverty capital of the world, then we all have a reason to be concerned. Nigeria is in debt, was in debt of about 8 trillion naira before these guys came in. At the end of 2020, Nigeria's debt is hovering around 42 trillion naira. Now, they just got an approval to take another 12 trillion naira against the budget of 17 trillion naira for this year. Now, the budget has been signed, even though Buhari said the budget is padded, padded budget story. That's what they do every year. 17 trillion budget, 12 trillion loan. Now, I told you severally last year that every time Nigeria go out there to take a loan, every time Nigeria go out there to agree to any kind of conditional loan from anywhere, call it any name, under whatever condition, or under whatever disguise, so to say, right? But the condition always comes to one thing: you need to devalue your currency. And devaluation of your currency is devaluation of your existence. And that is why, as a Nigerian, who is a medical doctor, right? A medical doctor in Nigeria, a very noble profession, saving lives. The same medical doctor in Nigeria, of the same grade that you are as a medical doctor in Nigeria, compared to your colleagues in other parts of the world, do you know what disparity that comes through, yeah? Apart from the advanced technology and what have you that you will have access to medically, yeah? The other thing is that the economy that they work in. Here, a doctor, well, do I need to even, some will say don't compare UK with Nigeria. Why not? They both read medicine. Medicine is about saving life, isn't it? Right? But they are working in a different economy where in a particular economy, they know what it means to devalue their currency, because devaluing your currency is devaluing the value of your people, their work, their talent, their trade, their art, everything that makes your people as a country. When you devalue your currency, you devalue them. You devalue their trade. Everything they bring to the table is negotiated backward. That's what Nigeria is. When these guys came in, Nigeria was always a dependent country, a country that depends, wholly on most everything they actually use in that country. Most of the raw materials of what they import to sell in Nigeria, they have the raw materials in Nigeria, but the government will never build or deliver on stable electricity that could possibly increase and swell the growth of industries, which in return will strengthen your currency, increase your exportation, and most importantly, create jobs. And when people get jobs, people get to pay taxes. When people pay taxes, then government makes more money. When government makes more money, it cuts down the borrowing, which means your currency can always gain strength based on what you bring to the table. These criminals don't bring anything to the table. It's pretty much about what they can get, what they can take. And who pays for that? You, a medical doctor living like a toilet cleaner in the UK, a medical doctor in Nigeria who is earning a living, somehow is living or whatever he is collecting can be compared to the salary of a toilet cleaner in the UK, currency-wise. Therefore, they created a system whereby the valued people have to find other means of surviving, right? Meanwhile, what that then created is an utopian society where everything is what it is now in Nigeria. Now, let's bring it down again. Economy. The job of your government is not to create jobs. Their job is to create enabling policies, enabling environments for businesses to thrive, for businesses to grow. The businesses will create jobs. That's how you measure success of government. But in 2022, your government budgeted 17 trillion naira. And the way they believe that they are going to make that happen, apart from the fact that 80% of that 17 trillion naira is not even coming to serve you, it's going on there to serve their greed, the loopholes they've opened up, the businesses they've opened up on the problems of Nigeria, which they have turned to real business now, yeah? Like insecurity, like, fighting corruption, where they are relooting the returned loot, relooting the returned loot. So their policy is pretty much like to rig the system. Now, they have 17 trillion naira budget for 2022 this year. 80% of that is going to serve their greed, like I said. Now, they don't even have the money. That's the most ridiculous part of it. They don't have the money. The money they want to steal, loot, that they've budgeted to loot, padded and all of that, right? So they have to go borrowing. Now, when they go borrowing, you go sorrowing. Because according to them, they can no longer pay for subsidy. They can't continue to make you buy your fuel for 160 naira per liter. No, it's not going to work this year. Year they are talking about is 2022. This is 2022. So they are taking that off any moment from now. I'm actually surprised. Initially, the intel we received was that they were going to remove fuel subsidy this morning, the 1st of January, 2022. For some reason, they are possibly trying to watch the mood. But that is going to happen. When that happens, right, then you will find the reality of you ending up, even though your minimum wage is still the same, you end up having to buy a liter of fuel for maybe 300 naira, 320 naira. So when that goes up, NLC will go on a protest. The protest is also business, political. So in the process, somebody who is running for presidency, somebody who is running for this and that, they will now dabble into it to play all of you. Oh, yeah, I want to be president in 2023. I'm going to meet with the NLC. You will probably feel like petroleum increase, which is going to make our life hell in 2022, is not the only problem. There are others too. Let's deal with it. No, NLC will tell you no. Then suddenly, as usual, business as usual, they will shut down. They will say they have agreed that you, all of you, should start paying maybe 280 naira or even 300 naira per liter. Now, that will be the beginning of what 2022 will be like for you. Because what they are coming to do is to mop everywhere, whatever penny, whatever thing they can see, whatever money they can print, anything they can sell, even if they have to sell some of you, they will sell you this year. And some of you will gladly go to the slaughterhouse where you are sold in this course, because they will package your death sentences in a very sweet, beautiful, well-designed chocolate boxes, and they will deliver them to you in a way that you will agree with them, and you will know you are agreeing to something that is probably never going to leave you the same. So 2022 is that. I'm not, telling you that there will be price increase is not the issue. No, 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 no. You are going to expect that, right? Telling you that they are going to try and cut it down or call, NSC is going to call for a protest and the rest of that. That's not new. Now, what is new is this, right? Prior to that, there will be, kind of a general, no, let me say a kind of a brewing uprising codedly as we start this year now. You begin to see the the gradual uprising to what these guys felt like they've crushed. The uprising that will culminate or clash with that of the protest against fuel, whatever. And that is the spark that will first shake everybody to say this is 2022. Buhari's government are determined. They are very determined. What? To further use the weapon of poverty as they have created enough number that can stand up and defend their nonsense. So they are going to use more of that. So they are going to force many, many of you into a terrible state of financial difficulty. And you should be prepared if you are in Nigeria. If you are a businessman personally, and you've not really been having issue with money and the rest of that, yeah, what they are going to do to you this year is that your money, as much as they do that to you almost every day, every month, right? They value your money, they value your money. You may have it up there, but this year, some of your money will disappear, and you will be provoked enough to know that this is the Nigeria that Maiyegun said, if Nigeria happens to you in a way, if it holds you in a very, very tight place, you will scream like the rest of people who are speaking out. And that's what I'm trying to say. They will steal from you. There will be a lot of scandal of pure daylight robbery. And they will dare you. What are you going to do about it? Oh, we discovered that so person stole this, and here is the evidence. What are you going to do about it? So the provocation is going to reach a new height. You know why? It is the political year. So this is where I can't get my own inspiration from. I figured out that this year is the year that those who were jubilating about the, the illegal kidnapping, which is extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the illegal detention of Oloye Sunday Igboho, those who jubilated then, this is the moment they are likely going to get to understand what the level of political madness in Nigeria has come to. You see, these two men are going to be freed, or under the same political arrangements. Just when these uprisings will begin to gather momentum. This year is the year that many, many people who have been deceived for so long about especially in 2020, many, many of you have been deceived about the murderous killer criminals in eastern Nigeria, sponsored by the Nigerian government, as well as some of these Igbo governors. Yeah, this is the year the expose will bring the destruction that you probably will be shocked to say how the event turned against them, because it is one of the year of awakening, where people who felt like an election could make a difference, right? And those who felt like we should do something before any election. This is the year of that, clearer awakening, where people will be able to decide, what do you really want? Well, I want an election, but not with these guys. Okay. No, I don't want any election. I would rather we discuss a new constitution, which would then guarantee that every component part of Nigeria still want to be part of Nigeria. This is that year. A year that everything will unravel. You see, as for the Igbo governors, as for the Yoruba governors, this is also the year. Don't make me look like I'm speaking in parable. What I simply mean is that, you see, Many people are trying to focus on the possibility of a Yoruba president or an Igbo president or any other region in Nigeria that feels like they deserve to produce the next president, okay? But most importantly, this southern part of Nigeria, many feels like, oh, well, you know what? If it doesn't go in the favor of the southern Nigeria, this is the last sentiment, and I'll break it down for you. The reason why I said this is the year that many of you will decide. You will have clearer understanding of what you would rather go for. Would you participate in a sham election or not? This is the year that you'll be able to know that the decision of some of you are waiting. Let me put it this way. Some of you are waiting that you just want Buhari gone. I just want Buhari gone. I just want all this APC gone. That's not how it's going to be. They are not going anywhere to start with. All right? Some of you are then waiting that maybe, just like you waited in 2019, thinking that Buhari and, Jonathan conceding to Buhari, that's a new thing. Oh, wow. That's the beauty of democracy. If you are losing, you concede. And then you make it easier for the people. No wahala. No. You are dealing with terrorists in government. There's no two way to it. Okay? Now, in 2019, some of you got that disappointment when the entire system that should be working in your interest, protecting your institutions, the military, the police, the INEC, what else? Protecting your institutions, you saw them participated in the worst kind of election you can actually, not even like the one that brought Buhari himself to power, the one considered by Jonathan. But what did you do? Nothing. You can't do anything. Some said, well, this is the part of democracy that they hated most. So if you are waiting for 2023, I am also waiting for you. I'm waiting for you too. We know how this is going to end. We know how this is going to be played. But some of you are waiting for the last part of it, like you want to know if you still want to believe in Nigeria or not because you want Buhari gone. But here's the confusion that will likely make some of you kind of manage your expectation so that when your heartbreak happens, you can easily be able to glue them together. They won't shatter. Because some of you have heard a lot about why Nigeria is not working, why it will never work, why we should be discussing a possibility of a rearrangement that doesn't put Yoruba people under the authority of one country called Nigeria. That is possible before any election. You have no authority or any kind of franchise, so to say, enough to say you can make anybody from Southern Nigeria president. And listen, they have now managed to pit the Yorubas and the Igbos against themselves politically. The Igbos, 100%, if Nigeria is to really be a country where democracy is truly, or let me say their federal character is truly federal character, not Fulani character. So the Igbos are the only one who have never produced the president of Nigeria, elected president of Nigeria. Yeah. And part of what they have been saying is that the Igbos have not been building bridges. They have not been trying to be part of Nigeria, which is completely wrong and lie. This is a lie that they repeat all the time, okay? But I'll get to that. So they have managed to say, you have to fight for it. Who is saying that? The Northern Fulani and the power brokers. Therefore, they are now probably choosing side. As we speak, you can tell. They are now pushing for the Yoruba to be the next president. Some will say, but Maiyegun, what is wrong in that? No, I'm not. Is it not Nigeria? No, I don't have any problem with that. Other than if this system is not going to be supervising the affair of the Yoruba people. That's where I have the problem. Are you with me? Now, in the case, in fairness, right? When such is sent to the southern Nigeria, you will give it to the Igbos, who have contributed economically times 1,000,000% than, no offense, so if you are a genuine Fulani Nigerian, okay, no offense, the Igbos economically have contributed to Nigeria economy 1,000,000 times better than any of the existing Fulanis in Nigeria. When we use the tribe and talk about contribution to Nigeria, they hold the ace when it comes to this business, economy, and the rest of these parts. When you begin to pick them one by one and say, how do you make all these taxes? Who are those paying all these taxes? You will trace them to Igbo businessmen and Igbo businesses. When you talk about politically building alliances and the rest of that, they invested a lot in PDP. And PDP is National Party. Then you will listen to the people from the other side, they will tell you, the Igbos are not trying to build relationship. They got to the point whereby they produced Senate president. That means they held the number 3 position in that country. The same position, right, that, Buhari and the rest of them never had the experience of holding. But I'm talking about in fairness now, okay? But the way Nigeria works, you and I know, there is this hidden, unwritten hatred for the Igbos. Let's put it that way. We know that. One of the reasons why some said, listen, this shouldn't be a fight, all right? If you want to have a Nigeria, that should not include the Igbos. Just say it. Let's all be sincere. There's no big deal here. And the only way to make that happen is for you, if you can't trust them to hold the affairs of the country, no joke, put a referendum there in northern Nigeria. Tell them to choose and say, you from all this northern Nigeria, Christians, Muslims, all of them, say, will you vote for an Igbo president in 2023? And if you do the poll, post it online. There is this unwritten bias and hatred towards them. And when they say they want to leave, and Nigeria says no, then how do you want them to be part of a country, one country, yeah, that they are not trusted, but they have to be part of it? That's part of the confusion that is going to get clearer this year, all right? Many of you are going to get to know those who have always been against the fairness, the equity, the equality, the justice that is missing in this system. Those who have made that happen. This is the year that you should open your eyes, because they are always there. They're going to come out again. They're going to tell you that they have a new solution, especially maybe PDP. So, talking about contribution again, just once again, talking about contribution, you can't. For example, let's say, what is Buhari's contribution, or let me say, what is a Katsina State's contribution to Nigeria that is more than the contribution of Abia State to Nigeria economically? I'm not comparing the two states now. We are comparing their association with Nigeria. But a Katsina man, a Daura man, who contributed absolutely nothing, a leech, a scavenger, a scrounger, who is so useless that he was thrown out of government, right? For 30 years, he had 30 cows. 30 cows in 1988, 30 cows in 1998, 30 cows in 2008, 30 cows in 2015. But today, well, I think they said it's 150 cows, wherever. His son is a jobless young man who is now a title holder in Daura. What is that contribution? I'm just saying you should ask yourself so, okay? I'm saying this, talking about equity, fairness, justice, inclusiveness. So this year, as they have pitted the Yorubas and the Igbos to fight for presidency, now fight to finish. You know, me and you, even though this is Maiyegun's diary political, our own political experimentation is completely different from the criminals we talk about, because you can easily tell how vulnerable they are and then how confident they are in their vulnerability. So when you fight, or when they fight, and some of you will support them, argue, do all of that, what you are missing is that the presidency or whatever you want to call it in 2023, if it ever happens, it's not for you, for any of you. Because electorally, they said, now game of number. As we speak, in northern Nigeria, apart from those that they have paid to go around that to be endorsing Tifnumbu and gang, that's where I'm coming to those of you who are waiting for your 2023. This is the year it will unravel. You will see, you will meet your reality this 2022, not 2023. The core interest in northern Nigeria is that Buhari's time as president of Nigeria is a mistake and is a waste. It never benefited them. So religiously, they are attached, as many of them are religiously attached to the terrorists killing them. They are also religiously attached to the leaders who allowed the killings or who give freedom to the killers. Do you get that now? But to them, Buhari is a waste. Just like every one of you believe. His tenure is APC government and the rest of them, they are pure waste. Therefore, the northern Nigeria would rather do something to get a better candidate from northern Nigeria to do a better 8 years that will stop killings in northern Nigeria, that will stop the poverty in northern Nigeria, the kidnapping in northern Nigeria, and every other thing that that Buhari has currently unleashed on them. So that internal sentiment is with them, and according to them, it's a game of number. What do we need? Why not just let's make it easier? People of southern Nigeria are so stupid enough that they can continue to argue about APC, PDP, but we are more interested in power, and the longer we keep it, the better for us in their own world. In southern Nigeria, you can say, I will never do this, I will never vote for that. That's your business. You don't have anything to change the tide. The entire vote that they can write for themselves from southern Nigeria, cannot make Tinubu a president. And just like the magic of the surprise that awaits many of you, this is the year that you are going to feel it, right? Now, in PDP, they already demarcated Eastern Nigeria. Are you with me? In APC, they've already, it was like a Tifnumbu, Oshibade, you know what I mean? No one else. Meanwhile, Ayade of Cross River, Devulumayi of Ebonyi, these two, and just recently, they started mentioning, well, let's put it this way, these two who have crossed over from PDP to APC, they feel like maybe, surprisingly, at least they can play ball. They can beat the zombie to anybody who won't give them the power. Maybe they will nominate them to represent the Eastern Nigeria. And Eastern Nigeria, in a way, they can use the presidency to make the Biafrans believe in Nigeria again, possibly. So, and the person they are looking at will be either Ayade of Calabar, Devulumayi of Ebonyi, or Pius Anyim, former Senate president, or Okorocha, the the leader of unknown gunmen, according to Oples Uzodinjo, the current Supreme Court governor of Imo State. They shall all link together. These are the potential people that are likely to be considered, but they are just like to make up the numbers, right? Because you know what? Those who are even Biafrans, Igbos, they rule themselves out. So this year, many of them are going to tell you the Fulani they told you was so bad, so deadly. Atifku is a Fulani man, but they are going to tell you Atifku is different. It's a different Fulani man. And all these clashes, somebody like me will be here, because that is when you begin to see the second-hand game. Whatever they promise themselves to quench the, to stop the agitation and campaign for self-determination, a better constitution, and the renegotiation of the existing Nigeria among the ethnic nationalities. a normal common sense demand, if you ask me. Yeah. So they have the reason why they clamped on these regional agitators, yeah, is about to be used this year. You see all the Igbo politicians who agreed that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be kidnapped. Sorry, give me one sec. All the Igbo governors that agreed that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be kidnapped, and some of them working on the ground to ensure that IPOB is prescribed as they've succeeded, and the rest of them, yeah, whatever they promised them. Like many of you also feel like there's this strong arrangement between Tifnumbu and Buhari. They are going to give him the power, blah, 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 blah. Once they begin to see the sign that everything they promised them again, then they will turn against themselves. They will push and ensure the unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu. They will push and secure the unconditional release of Oloye Sunday Igboho. And as I've been told, yeah, this January, the fire will start. Like this fire will start burning everywhere. And you will feel it. Here is your own role. When this whole thing starts happening, please don't sit on any fence. Right? Don't sit on any fence. Don't laugh at it. Don't read and pass. Take action. What's your action? You will then remind those and say, you see this thing happening, it's going to get worse. So if all of us no gather, chase these people, that's the only way. I said you have 530 days to the end of Boko Haram and APC Egbekegbe in 2023. And somebody said, Maiyegun, are you sure that Buhari is going to finish, or APC is going to finish this, their fraudulent, murderous government before Nigerians says enough? I said, well, I'm not a pastor, right? And I'm also never going to predict that that is impossible. That is where you come in. You've heard me. These are key points to tell people to get ready. And tell them, when you say no election, it's not a threat. Listen, when you say no election in 2023, there are other things people are saying. People say there are things that can be done. This is 2022, Abi. Yeah? Now, if Nigeria want to avoid any crisis that it can manage, if the rest of the world really want to pay attention to what is going on in Nigeria, right, there can be a conversation that can completely be sealed, agreed, and implemented from the next 6 months. What do I mean by that? People said this is not working. They don't want a rigged system that will make Borno State a state that has been ravaged for 12 years by terrorism. A state with with 27 local government, but only 4 or 5 local governments operating, where you have over 20 local government areas currently in the control of terrorists. But that same state collects allocation. Those local governments, they get paid every month, and the same money goes to the same pocket, whoever is in charge of the state capital, the governor. But on the day of election, the same states where we have been reading the killings, the displacement, the refugees and all of that, yeah, where people have been displaced from their homes. When election comes, you will see them deliver 4 million votes. No void. A sort of a, what do you call it? A sort of a thieving system. A system that rubbishes those who deserve better because they work for better. A system that can make a Daura illiterate farmer to be pushed under the guise of honesty, sincerity, and blah, 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 other nonsense, integrity. And then lead the rest of the country into more poverty. Poverty. Unsafe country. I don't know if you get that. So the same people who push that, in a way, sorry, I just got a comment there. It's a zoological republic scam. Anyway, let's push it to another side. So you, as a person, you can talk to people using all these points. Because you know what? People can say, you know what? Let's decide the type of government we want to have. Let's decide how we want to rule ourselves. In fact, you know what? Let's break our elections to this part. Let everybody conduct their own elections in their region. Elect their own representatives according to their dictates, according to their own wants. Let's choose that. Let no one sit somewhere announcing results that you all have to abide with in a rigged system. And you can't question it because the court is also rigged. Yes, this can be done between now and June for a country that want to work. But do you know what that means? That simply means that there will be no Buhari. But you first remove anything president of Nigeria using a 14 presidential jets, going abroad for that moment that one will end. Everybody will just they call it in Yoruba, we call it Amakpingariwa. Do you understand that now? So that power, concentrated power, you take that back. And then you fight for a new, that moment you can then push a new constitution and say, well, this is going to be the new constitution of this confederacy. I don't know if that's called, this is not federation, confederacy or whatever. That is the step towards saying, bye-bye you, say go Bill. You get what I mean? But they won't do that. But we can make that happen. That's why we say you should break it up to save lives. Break it up to save lives. Lives are precious. As they are killing killing in the north, they are killing in the east. As they are killing in the west, they are killing in every other places there. You know what I mean? So you, as a person, you should take it upon yourself to encourage your brothers and sisters that this can be rejected, this can be resisted. This is politics. Whether you like politics, whether you don't like politics, our daily existence revolves around it. And in all less sincerity, wrong people have been left to make those decisions. This is the time for you to get involved. Getting involved means having the right information. When you have the right information, you harm yourself enough to go and speak to other people. Right information open minds. It encourages competition. It encourages a lot of a push, which is pushing humanity to their extreme. When you push human to their extreme, the next expected thing is that he or she should become creative. The creativity in him or her is what would then push back. Is what you call fight back. When you are equipped with with the right information, Nigeria is going to get tougher. I don't know how to say it better. It is going to get tougher this year. Many of you are still going to lose your jobs. Probably not because of your making, not because you're not so good. Some of your businesses are going to lock up. Everything they are planning for this year is to milk every one of you that survived 2021. This is 2022. So they will make everything they can. And the worst fear is this, which is been in the pipeline a long time ago. And my worst fear particularly is the economy. Because to me, when people's economic power has been weakened or completely taken away from them, you've taken away their existence. You've weakened their existence. You've weakened their self-esteem. You've weakened their psychologically, you have destroyed them. Therefore, they are just going to be your willing to. That's more dangerous because you know why? When they do that, it's also increased the insecurity, increased the crime, and the crime increased insecurity. That scares me more. And with what these guys have in pocket for you, this 2022, it will be ideal to begin to build the courage of resistance. It will be ideal to begin to build the community of resistors. It will be ideal to begin to encourage people to understand the calamity, the consequences of all the sweet talk, of all of the fake prophecies, all of the fake prayers, expectations that will materialize, things that will make you become so stupid and sometimes depressed enough when you come to that reality that you've been worthless, or they've made you worthless after all. So I'm saying this to you now, that you need that your mind, you need that your brain. They are going to toy with with you this year. Tifnumbu is going to declare that he's going to be president before the end of January, even as if to say he hasn't already. We know he has. And as I'm talking to you, those they have mobilized, I read it in the news just before I came on, that 2,500 mullahs, they want to pray for Tifnumbu to be your president in 2023. It don't start with that. Go to the mosque, go to the churches. They will begin to throw it at you. What are you going to do? You're going to just sit down there and let your pastor talk to you about Tifnumbu and all these guys in your church? You're just going to sit? Or are you just going to sit down there and let that fake afar take the pulpit and start talking to you about these criminals and begin to compare them to your prophets? Are you just going to sit down there? I'm talking to you today. If you want to make this prophecy to come to life, you must be ready to act as well. And resisting people who lie to you. You know what they do? They use the religion. They use everything to hoodwink you. This is how it works. The 2,500 mullahs want to pray for Tifnumbu's presidency. So many of them have already been praying for his presidency in their mosque every morning. Yeah? Because they send the rabbi to them every now and then. But are you going to sit down there and let those criminals lie to you, lie to the people in the name of that religion? Are you? I challenge you. I challenge you. Now, when we talk about resisting, I'm talking about what should you do? Maiyegun, what should we do? They are going to lie to your faces. Non-criminals are going to come to you and give you solutions to the problems they created. You're going to sit down there, you're going to listen to them. They have wonderful, flowery words and all of that. And you're going to walk away and pretend that you don't know them. Nah, come on. So when you begin to have that, Afa, Malim, sir. Yes, sir. Nijo, I'll say it in English very soon. Nijo, Tefe ku ninu yara nbe taji an sare kiri. Tá ń sáré kiri bá ṣe gbé yín lọ hospital, tá gbé yín lọ anything, tá rush yín dé general hospital, tó ní kò sí generator tó máa fi start kíní, tá sáré rush yín gbirigbiri ó di dìde olú private hospital. Àtúrówó asáré lọ ta ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ rántí pé asáré ta ilẹ̀ yín kan ni. Ẹ̀yin lẹ wá dúró síbi ìyá àfà, lẹ dúró síbi ìtẹ́ ń sọ̀rọ̀ Tinubu 2023. Àfà, ẹ̀ sì bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run. I want you to be like that. What I said there is this. You see, in Yoruba land, right? You see all these funny affairs. They talk so sweetly. They can make a devil look like an angel. And you will sit down there and you'll be like, I didn't know that, Sha. They will tell you how many thousands of people Tifnumbu sent to Mecca every year. I say, Egbolon Tobi, Allahu Akbar. So you can face them. That's what I just told my people. They said, you can face such afar that stand up in your mosque where you went there to pray, to listen to the word of God. And they change it to start talking, because they will change it and start talking about 2023, where you go there to pray jejely in your Friday, on your Jumat prayer. So I just told my people that I said, why can't you just say it to their first face? For example, how Tifnumbu and his gang, how they have almost killed you afar. Do you remember when you nearly died? That we were trying to take you to the hospital because there's no ambulance to call. You were nearly died. We got to the hospital, the general hospital. They said there's no drug or there's no generator. We had to rush you down to another private hospital where we sold your land to pay for the medical bill. You are far. You are standing there in front of us. You are telling us and comparing Tifnumbu with prophet this, prophet that. Afar, you should fear God. Say it to them. Don't sit down there and pretend that it doesn't matter. Tell people, begin to tell people to know how to, you know what I mean, to walk away. Stage a walk away. When they begin to preach about Tifnumbu in your mosque, tell people to stand up. You know what? In Jamon, I don't know why you are here. They are going to lie to you. They will bring rice here. They will bring money here, everything. They will use the Quran, chapter this. Using all those myriad of nonsense to sell lies to you. So you can tell people to stand up and walk away. At least you have finished your prayer, haven't you? You finished the prayer. So what else are you waiting for? Walk away. When you begin to resist like that, when you begin to tell people, do something, don't sit down there. If you go to the church and they start comparing this Malachi with Molokai with Shadrach or Malachi, who the fuck are they? Sorry about that for those who have children around. Genuinely, I didn't want to say that. But who the hell are they? You are a Yoruba man, you are a Igbo man, you are an Hausa man, Fulani woman, Efik, Ijo, Ishekiri. Who the hell is Malachi and this thing concerning this no electricity in Nigeria, no job, no food, insecurity? Tell him, Pastor, shut up. Stand up in the church and tell him, say it to his face. Don't talk like that. Don't let him curse you. You know, he's the pastor. All this business don't cast. Say it to his face. Say it to your pastor's face. When he begins to tell you, begin to try to manipulate your brain. Begin to try to manipulate your brain enough that they are beginning to insert some fake Bible quote to hoodwink you. Say it to his face. Aye, pastor. Nikuri. In this Nigeria, you are standing there, pastor, preaching about leadership. Oshofo ni tomo. Say it. Don't touch my anointing. Don't touch my anointing. If you have a chance, slap that animal on the face. Don't slap anybody. That's violence. I'm just joking. All right? But that's enough. Just stand up. Tell him. Don't say this. Get a megaphone. Put a small megaphone in your bag. If you know that your pastor is the type that always come with lies. This is the year. Don't pretend. You see all this prophecy. Now business. They have their targeted audience. And you should never be one of them. If you go to your church and they begin to use Malachi and Joshua, and they begin to compare Joshua with Ruth, Abi Esther, Abi Abagadonian, Abi whatever it is that they are going to use to try to deceive you, chapter this, verse that. Once they don't, they put inside. Once they don't, they put this, don't they put that. Don't they put all those jara? Stand up, use your megaphone. Ole. Shout, tell people. You know, if all of you no be mumu, you better walk out of here now. Make a video. Encourage other people to do it in their churches. Let this 2022 be the year you will unravel too. Do something. Sorry if I'm shouting. I think I just felt like that's a very good point, isn't it? You know, like, yes, do something. Resist. Tell them to their faces. They can't do you anything. Nobody's going to curse you. Do you get that? Do something. Because this year, we are going to find ourselves, we are going to encourage ourselves, we're going to stand up. So that means, you know, we're going to stand up against them. We're not going to be violent. You know, we're not going to be violent. I mean, doing that. There are ways. You are resistors. You can resist them to their faces. They will go back and say, oh boy, people know they like me because they talk about politics in my church. Yes, pastor, stay away from politics. If you want to say anything about politics, tell people to run away from these criminals. Don't try to persuade them which criminal is better, which one is not better. And don't use your fake Holy Spirit and blood of whatever nonsense or blood of a goat or whatever you are using to deceive people, right? Don't use that way to hoodwink anybody. Don't be hoodwinked, all right? Holy Spirit is not Nigerian. Or maybe their own Holy Spirit is Nigerian anyway. It's all fraud. When anybody try to use, to pull wool over your eyes, trying to tell you that maybe you are not thinking straight. Let God lead you. Focus. You need to stay focused. You need to pray, focus. Let God guide you. God don't guide us. God say we could run away from the criminals who brought this calamity upon us. You, pastor, don't goddamn try to sugarcoat it. And you, my brethren, from the temple of truth, you should never fall victim of those criminals. Are you with me? I need a drink. What should we do? Resist. How should we resist? Reject their preachings and show it. Don't talk about it. Show it. Don't let anybody talk you out of expressing yourself. Don't be violent about it. Tell people to walk away. Do all those, right? Every other thing is still going to join. When the mood begin to spread that way, the reason is this. So somebody said, Maiyegun, you can't tell people not to vote. If they don't vote, these people will write it. Of course, is that not what they do? Stop feeling guilty. That's something that people always try to do to you. They try to make you feel guilty. That if you don't vote, they will choose their whatever. Guys, listen. The system, yeah, is like a shared territory, okay? In southern Nigeria, there are people who knows that they are the owners of here or there. And behind the scene, everyone you see that emerge politically in anything, whatever under permutation that they come in last minute, before time or whatever, those who share Nigeria, they have their geographical spread. In Yoruba land, for example, Tifnumbu owed a particular part, which is half of Lagos, not even the entire Lagos, if things should be challenged properly in a way. But again, I'm talking about people, not what is stolen, okay, or what it controls. And then when you go to the other part of Yoruba land, yeah, you realize that everybody is like the lord of the manor. But within the local politics in those areas, yeah, you have people who are like those who decide what happened or who gets what. Okay? So which means as long as their nest is being feathered, whatever political journey they want to take, as long as they are in a way taken care of, right? It doesn't matter. As long as Nigeria exists, there will always be something to feed on. And that is why, yeah, if you manage to learn the habit of resisting them, when they talk, you tell them to shut up. Don't talk like that to Agbalagba. When you talk like that, it's like, well, you don't even get home training. Tell them which home training Tinubu got. Who gave all these looters, all these criminals who are looting Yoruba land, looting everything, building lives for their children, and then depriving yours, the better life, depriving you, the better life, and the rest. Who trained them? Which kind of home training? That's why I ask people. Say, you know, get home training. Don't talk to elders like that. Say, shut up. And you weary. Which home training? Who trained Aregbe Mugbo to bankrupt Oshun? Aregbe Mugbo Baba Kabiru. Who trained him? Which home training he got from his mother? Is that what his mother trained? Those who are stealing your money, who trained them? Which home training did they get? I have never stolen money from you. I have not. I have never signed any check for you. I have never made any law for you. I have never been part of those who write your budget or who spend your budgets. I'm a victim of a rigged system. You are a victim of a rigged system. Do you get what I mean? So the criminals who brought this upon you, which home training did they get? Who trained them? Is that a proper home training? If you ask me. So tell them, if they bring it like that, explain to them the way I just explained. Election is all rigged. I know about it. I know all about it. Do you get that now? Our election, at least with the ones I have witnessed in Yoruba land myself, which many of you know too. Is that what you call election? Is that what you call election? So Yorubas can conduct better election that is reliable, dependable, and in fact, fair. Especially if they won't have to go and call in the military to come and shoot at the voters or chase away those they consider as their opposition and what have you. Yes, that's the kind of land we want to have. And that can be had before the elections. So you can have your 2023 election, of course. So we can have it both. That's the point. A new constitution will determine how the election is going to be conducted. They did it in some of these South American countries. Give me a name. There's one that did it recently. I don't want to guess wrong. They had to come together. I think it's Chile, is it? They had to come together to write a new constitution that suited them, that addressed all their concerns as a people from every part of that country before they decided that, okay, yeah, we can now go and have election. And if this one no work, we'll go write another one. That should be what it is in Nigeria. But you know how it is. And you know the beneficiary. So what we are saying is that Yes, you can have your election in 2023. Of course, why not? If that, but you can decide how it is going to be. Amending this fraudulent document called 1999 Constitution won't give you a better election. I know it won't. I don't know about you. I don't know how much you've ever got involved in elections in Nigeria. I have been involved in elections in Nigeria from 1999. No joke. And I can tell you about fraudulent, fake polling units that is common within their own, even their own electoral body, INEC. Imagine you as a politician now, if you want to contest election in 2023, you have to go and get the INEC, somebody in INEC who will give you the data of the existing original registered voters and polling units. And then they will tell you, we have other ones that they call it loading it. What do? They create fake polling units all about. And those fake polling units, they will have voters. They will have ballot papers allocated to them on election day. And all the votes there, unopposed, they will all be added to the main vote. This rigging system, we know how it works, but it will never be cleaned. How? Even when the INEC Abuja, you have biometric, you are conducting election, okay? If you have voting age, what you will do is that you go and register. They will take your biometric. Once they take your biometric, that's computer, digital ID. That means nobody can be you, isn't it? But the INEC in Abuja said they don't have the data where they keep all those, where they keep those information. No? Of course they do have it, but it's going to make them possibly make a Buhari lose election. So why? They denied it. And heaven no fall. They will tell you heaven no go fall. So that kind of system is what is being asked to be changed, addressed. All these concerns that is making every part of Nigeria just want to get out of this whole arrangement. All of that can be addressed before any election for a country that is bleeding like Nigeria. If those who are going to be parading themselves as your alternatives in 2022, 2023, if they have sense and they actually love that country, but they don't have sense, they don't love that country. Why are you kind of pushing yourself to say, I just thought that, Nigeria can still be great. How? So I've just told you, the criminals are going to come. They're going to run for governors. They're going to run for Senate. They're going to run for president. They're going to bombard you with lies. You're going to be there arguing about who is better or not. And as Nigerians, because you love your criminals differently, you love your thieves differently, okay? My thief is better than your thief. My criminal is better than your criminal. This is your moment. This is your year of unraveling. So when you are going to do or fight yourself or whatever, well, I'm just saying it to you today that, they will bombard you with all these lies, but you should never fall for any of them. If you do fall for any of them, please don't blame devil. Don't blame anything that will come later. It's something that doesn't have anything to do with you now. Me, as the chief priest of the Temple of Truth, I'm using this moment to say, for those of you who have received this message, to every one of you who has taken this our time to digest this message, to every one of you who is also going to act on this message this year, I am going to put the anointing of this Temple of Truth on you right now. When you talk, they will listen. When you call, they will answer. When you lead, they will follow, and the Spirit will be able to lead. You will receive that as your own watchword, as your own torchlight as you go into 2022. We need more people to understand what this is going to be for them and how are they going to counter it. You would have to. Many of us abroad that are going to also stage international pressure, especially on the prisoners of conscience, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as well as Oloye Sunday Igboho, and most of our people that have been locked up all across Nigeria by this Dracula government, murderous government, led by the genocidist, jihadist, and the terrorist apologist in Nigeria. So I've called on you that this year, the prophecy says it is the year of resistance. And our resistance starts from our mind. Some said we needed a revolution of the mind. 2022 is the beginning of that revolutionary mind. You should subscribe to it. Find where you fit in. See where you could probably play well. See a role you can act well. From wherever you are all over the world, I can talk and touch you. You can talk and touch others too. Make it a call and don't shy away from it. Happy New Year to every one of you. My friends, somebody said I should open the line. Maybe I should for another half an hour. What do you think? But before we actually do that, if you have been with me all this while on YouTube, on Facebook, do you mind taking a minute to subscribe if you haven't? Like this video if you haven't, then share it. And when I get back, we'll start taking calls. How about that?
Liar.